Are these the best guns to start your children shooting? In this video, I'm going to tell you whether they are or not. Welcome back to the shooting channel. Today we're going to find out what are the best guns to get your children into shooting. There are one range of guns, there is one brand which virtually does a whole range of guns dedicated to starting young people off shooting, and that is Yieldits. And I've had, over the last week or couple of weeks, it's been half term, and I've had a lot of youngsters come into the shooting school and want to buy their first gun from the age of 6 right the way up to sort of 15, 16 years old. And this range of guns that Yieldits do is the Yieldits Juniors, and they do it from 410 right the way up to the 12 gauge, and they do different stock lengths, different barrel lengths, different weights. They have the recoil systems in them. They come with multi-choke, fixed choke, non-ejector, ejector. They do the whole bit, dedicated to bringing new people or new youngsters into this sport. So if you've got a 6-year-old lad or daughter that you just want to take out and have a bit of fun and pop off a few clays, they have got the folding 410, which is about 4 pounds in weight, barely weighs anything. You can fold it right the way up. It's got a nice bit of height in the comb. All of these Yieldits generally have come with a nice bit of height in the comb, so they'll fit the general gist of most of the youngsters that are out there. So that is a good starting range for your sort of 5, 6, 7-year-olds that are tiny, hasn't got a lot of strength, that just wants something just to pop a few clays off in the yard or in your back garden. So that is the folding 410. And then it's a step up from there. I've got the over and under junior 410, which is 14 inches long stock. It's got a nice bit of height in the comb. This one doesn't come with the recoil pad, but it's a 410. You can use little 2-inch shells. It's non-ejector. It's a really well balanced gun for that market. And this starts at about £500. The folding 410 is under £250. So you can get your son or daughter into this sport from as little as £250. We move up to this one. It's got ventilated barrels. It's got multi-chokes. They come with 4 to 5 multi-chokes. It's a really well balanced gun for going up to that next level. So once you're going up to that sort of 7, 8-year-olds, this is a good place to start. And then you go into the 28 gauge. 28 gauge, there's not many manufacturers that do 28 gauges anymore. Again, this one's got a 13-inch stock, 13.5-inch stock. Comes with a recoil pad, comes with ventilated barrels, comes with multi-chokes, ejector and non-ejector. Another step up. So if you want to kind of forget the 410 and go straight to the 28 gauge, if they can hold the gun, this is a little bit heavier. This is about 6.5 pounds. The 28 gauge is a good step. And then we move into the 20 gauges. Now they do this, they do the 20 gauges, 26-inch barrels, 28-inch barrels, 30-inch barrels. 13.5-inch stock, right the way up to 14.75-inch stock. So they do the full fit on the 20 gauges. Again, recoil pad, non-ejector and ejector, multi-choke, ventilated barrels. And I would say the 26-inch, actually, it takes the weight off the barrels and brings them back into your hand. So if you are looking for a 20 gauge that you want to keep them on the 20 gauge, but you just want to bring that little bit of weight off of the barrel back into the hand, the 26-inch one is actually a really popular one of these models. So it's well worth looking at. And then you move up to the 28-inch and the 30-inch. Now, they all come with ejector, non-ejector. They come with multi-choke. Some of them can come with fixed choke. The recoil pads, these are something that a little bit longer barrel. So if they're looking more for clay shooting, potentially might help you. If they're that little bit taller, but they're still sort of 9, 10 years old, but they still don't want the weight, again, this is something to move on. And then you've got the 12 gauge. And again, this is still quite light for a 12 gauge. So you're still looking at 7.5 pounds, 7 pounds of weight in the 12 gauge. So if you've got a big sort of 12-year-old that is a kind of a little bit too small for 20, but not quite big enough for a full size 12 gauge, this, and they do it in 13.5-inch stock to 14.75-inch stock. They do it in 28-inch barrels and they do it in 30-inch barrels. So this is a range of guns that I would recommend if you're looking to get your son or daughter, don't matter what age, and you don't want to spend a great deal of money. This is exactly the range of guns that I would recommend to come and have a go at and buy your first gun. The most expensive one is £600 to £650, and the cheapest is to under £250. So from £250 to £650, you've got every possible thing you could possibly want for your son and daughter to get started in that sport that you love. I hope everyone's enjoyed this programme. If anyone has got one of these ranges of guns, and anyone think anything more about this range of guns, please comment below. I do believe they are the only brand that cater for the whole market, from a 6-year-old right the way up to a 15, 16-year-old. There's lots of manufacturers out there that do 20 bores, they do 410s, they do 28 gauges, but they don't do them all of the barrel lengths, all of the stock lengths, the recoil pads in all of the calibers. So it's something that is well worth. If you're looking to get your son or daughter involved, don't forget, don't just go out and buy a gun. Give a shooting school a call, talk to them, book a lesson, go out and try some of these guns and buy the gun that fits them the closest off the shelf that you can go and have some fun with. I hope you've all enjoyed this programme. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.